Welcome to the September Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Would somebody like to somebody else calls to order, or do I do that as the chair? I thought somebody else always did it.
I believe you can call to order and then
Okay.
start with the pledge.
Okay, starting at 6:31. 6:30. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I will take roll call. John Jones is absent and excused. Dennis Kapelinski.
Here.
Sharon Parkala.
Here.
Kate Smith here. Bridget King.
Here.
Jennifer McConnell is absent and excused. Robert Smith.
Present.
Kathy Kopchak.
Here.
Rob Jones.
Here.
Would somebody like to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Would somebody like to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from July the 29th of 2025.
I second.
I heard Sharon and a couple others, but we'll write down Sharon. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. No presentations? No public hearing? Public comment for agenda items only. Maybe on the next one, we have talked about taking this out multiple times.
Yes.
Because we haven't even talked about our agenda items yet before we're asking for public comment. It used to just be public at the bottom, one for all. And we had talked about going back to that, so maybe for next month. That way we're not changing the agenda today.
Yeah, we can put that on the next agenda for
Thank you.
consideration.
So I'll just take public comment at the end then, is that okay?
It's in your rules and your bylaws, so you probably need a vote to approve to be able to do that. I would do the public comment now.
Okay.
And then if there is comment at the end about the agenda items, make the motion then to change it to any items, not just excluding the agenda items.
Let them,
Yeah. so
Okay.
give them the opportunity now. Let's go through everything and then give it another opportunity at the end.
okay. Public comment for agenda items. Moving on, items for consideration, nothing under old business, new business, fee schedule recommendation.
So this one's kind of simple. We are opening up the fitness room for adult ages, so that's 18 to 49. So those are what you see in red. It's only on that one page. I also took out the computer lab because the computer lab doesn't exist anymore. I also added a senior fitness 1-month membership to allow, this wasn't something previous because it took a lot of administrative work to do a 1-month membership. Now it's all automated in our new system. And a lot of people budget month to month, so I figured it was a good option to add for the seniors. We also changed the fitness room drop-in rate. That $3 rate, that's for everybody now, not just seniors. That's why you see that one in red. And then we added that resident and non-resident pricing. This pricing is kind of all based off that $100 for the 1-year membership for the adult fitness room for the resident, and then everything else is kind of based off that one number. So again, this is the recommendation that staff is putting to you guys, and now you guys are going to send to council. So if you have any changes, suggestions, thoughts about these numbers, now is the time that if you'd like to make changes, we can do those. We can talk about them all individually if you'd like, or if you just want to see a different, that $100 for the 1-year adult fitness room resident pricing, that's kind of where I started and based everything off of that, which is $30 more than the senior 1-year membership.
And you still accept silver sneakers?
We do, yep, silver sneakers and Renew Active. Yep, those are both still active for the room. Yeah, we're kind of changing it from not just the senior center to just the fitness center, but then having prices for our seniors and prices for adults, and then hopefully prices for youth. We're just not at the youth part yet.
Yeah, I looked at it, it was really put together well.
Yeah, the room, with the expansion, the room more than doubled in size, having the rubber floor on one side, the carpet floor on the other. It allows a lot more for we were trying to do some fitness classes in the room as well. So actually, I don't know if you guys seen, but we started that introductory hour with Lanice. Monday was our first day with that. We posted a ton of pictures online. That went really well. So they actually met inside the dance waiting room, then walked into the fitness room with Lanice. They did some stretches together. There were already some people already there in the room that she also worked with. And I don't know if we posted them yet or not. We actually got some testimonials from the people that did that morning and how much they loved it and want us to continue doing it. So, and that's included with their senior fitness, or actually any membership, but currently right now, only the senior fitness membership.
Kind of nice having the big windows there that you can look out while you're working out.
Yeah, and we have big plans for that courtyard too, to be also another fitness center area, but a little bit farther down the road.
How do the rates compare to like a commercial, like Planet Fitness or?
Yeah, so Planet Fitness in Garden City for the $10 a month is $160 a year after you pay that yearly thing too.
Actually,
Okay.
Planet
So-
Fitness is $15 a month now is their minimum. They
Yeah,
upped it maybe 2 or 3 months, 6 months ago. That's their minimum right now,
Yeah.
15 a month.
Okay,
so considerably cheaper. It is also, we have limited hours, it is a smaller room, but this is also, we're catering to a different setting. There are people that do enjoy our gym more and we have plenty of members that register for this and say, I would never go to Planet Fitness. So we are a different clientele in this center too.
okay.
Any questions about the changes? And I think I mentioned it too, but I also just removed the computer lab because that's no longer in the building. That's now our activity room.
Now, do we have to approve these changes and send it back to council?
Yep, so this is our recommendation to council. We might actually wait to take these to council because I'm looking at some of the room rates too. That's something that's been brought to my attention this last week. So I might come back next month with a few more rate changes for some of the rooms. I might not. We'll see where we go. We can go to council twice, but it might be easier just to go at once. But I want to get these numbers in front of you, and it kind of ties into the conversation we have on our other business as well today. But I wanted you guys to at least see these because this is something we already kind of advertised, but didn't realize we had to do the fee schedule. So now we're catching up and doing the fee schedule.
I wonder if you should maybe go to council twice, only because you can get these prices started, because currently they're a little bit higher than this, correct? Like in the fee schedule?
So currently, the senior fitness room, none of that's really changing. The only thing I'm adding is that 1 month. So no, those prices are all set. And we had to pull the adult fitness membership. So only one person signed up for it. We did refund them. And any adults right now are just paying that $3 drop-in fee.
Okay.
Because we can essentially, my understanding so far is we can set program fees, but anything that's membership, reoccurring, anything that's more of a fee has to go in front of council. But programs and events, those can be the discretion of, really, we just need to make sure we break even. So those can change, and we don't have to go in front of council for those. But anything that's a membership, reoccurring, we do have to go in front of council for.
For the resident prices, I think that's a really good price point. For the non-resident, I would maybe like to see it just a little bit higher. I
Alright.
feel like, as Garden City residents, they pay for it out of their taxes, right?
Yeah.
So it's only just a couple dollar difference, so maybe just, what do you guys think?
Yeah, currently it's,
Your
I would agree with you on that. I just don't want to price it out to where if there
It
was.
does seem
Not too much more?
a little
I
light.
think that's where we're getting
$20 more
parents at, maybe, is through dance.
for a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
Because let's face
And
it,
then like 5
geographically,
maybe
it's closer to
for-
Westland
For
than a
month
lot of
or-
Garden
yeah,
City
just a
residents.
little bit.
yeah.
We
So,
have a lot of parents that are there because of Dance Express that will maybe pay. But it'd be, again, nice to see that they're, because it's wear and tear still on equipment at our building.
Yeah, that is definitely a reason to go sooner than later. We do have a lot of Dance Express parents asking,
Yeah.
should I keep paying the $3 or should I just wait because there's going to be a membership here shortly, so.
That's why I think, like, once we do set a fee, we should get it to council soon, because I'm assuming parents are going to want to, especially those that, still have younger kids in the program, want to sign up sooner than later.
So then what do we want to make the non-resident fees for 1 month, 3 months, and 1 year?
I wouldn't consider, I would ignore the 1 month and 3 month. If we
Okay.
just look at the 1 year, I can base all the pricing, because it's all just a formula after that. So if you guys are fine with $100 for a year for the adults, for the resident fee, let's just decide on how much more it should be for the non-resident, and then I can fix it all from there.
Okay.
Should be 150?
Robert said 140. I'm good
140?
with either
I'm good
number.
with 140 also.
I'm good with that.
So would someone just like to make a motion then, if that's a consensus for The resident 1 year is good, but the non-resident, we like to see 140, and we can vote on that.
I move to make a motion to change the adult fitness room non-resident 1-year membership fee from 120 to 140. And then we base the 3-month and 1 month off of the 140.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
I will make that change and get that back to you guys. Thank you. Well, I won't bring it back to you guys, but I'll make that change and we'll take it to council.
Okay.
And I'll update you guys whether we go straight to council with at the next meeting, or if we hold off a little bit. Let me get through a lot of the other changes, because I think some of the room rentals, we tried higher pricing and they're not getting rented, so we might try and bring those down just a little bit and see if we increase our rentals. So, thank you.
Okay, moving on to other business. A, Florence Park Playground.
Alrighty, so this one's kind of a sad update for us. And I'm just going to kind of read that first paragraph on the letter that I included in the packet. After careful review of the playground equipment at Florence Park, Public Works and the Parks Department have growing concerns about safety and condition. The structure has served the community for many years, but with constant exposure to weather and long-term use, it is deteriorated to a point where it no longer provides the safe, reliable play environment we expect for our parks. I did put some stuff in there, some key findings from our Parks Department and DPW of the issues, like the structural components are showing rust, cracking, material issues. Cell fixtures are loose or unstable. The current equipment no longer meets the modern safety standards. And there were a few minor reports of injuries on the equipment. I did include some photos on the next page of some of the really sore spots on the equipment. And really, I just wanted to put in here kind of the next steps. Public Works Department will demolish the current play structure at Florence Park, and the Parks Department and you guys will move forward with moving the Florence Park playground structure towards the top of our priority list. So that's kind of an update. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to share about it or share about the priority list, but I want to get this to you guys and to the community before we take it down, so people know that when DPW does come to take it down, that's what we're doing.
Does this include the swing set too?
This does not. So we double checked that today, actually. Their swing set is completely separate, and that one's fine.
Okay.
So,
They're going to probably get it down as quick as they can, or is?
yeah, but I think even talking with Tipton a little bit, their concern is also getting it down because kids are playing on it, or trying to play on it. And even though we did board it up a few weeks ago, it's just going to be safer.
Kids are going to get around it
Yeah,
anyway.
it's going to be safer to take the structure down.
Questions or comments?
I
We
have
want kids
nothing.
to be safe, so
Absolutely.
unfortunately, we have to lose a piece of equipment that's, could be dangerous.
And I'm sure we all agree that maybe, the concern with Florence Park is moving this to the top of our priority list. I know we have our 5-year master plan, and Florence is in there, but maybe moving that up a little bit with, city's expectations, with grant money and other stuff coming in, we can look at Florence Park first. So
Oh, yeah, you gonna go after some grants?
we're going to try to.
We need them.
Right.
Good.
Okay, so nothing else on that then, moving on to memberships, punch cards, and drop-in.
So this one, for other business, there's a lot of questions right now, like what's best for the center, whether we do memberships, punch cards, drops-ins. Like right now, of concern is like Spaceport. We have a membership running in there. It's just kind of a trial to see if people even like it or are interested in it. We've heard lots of reviews on the pricing. Obviously it costs a lot for Spaceport to run, and all the memberships in that place. In the past, and I like to look at the ice rinks, they've been very successful over there with the things that they've done. They don't have any memberships to be on the ice. Everything there is drop and you pay as you go. And recently they just started doing punch cards. And those have been successful over there. So it's the same thing as a drop-in, but maybe you get one free if you buy a punch card. It also makes checking in a little bit easier. You can purchase the punch cards online, and then when you come in, you just have to scan your card. I kind of want to get a consensus from this board of what you guys feel is appropriate for Radcliffe. Do you want us to continue looking into memberships, whether it be like an all-center membership that gets you into open gym, the game room, the spaceport, and the other things we do, whether you'd like us to move down on the avenue of just more punch cards or stay in the avenue of drop-in. So we're even testing that right now. Actually tomorrow, I believe, is the first day of open gym. That's just going to be a drop-in fee. But it also could be a membership. We could look at a family membership. So I don't know if each of you kind of have an opinion, or if you guys want to discuss this a little bit right now, but just kind of what you guys would like the Parks Department to move forward on in terms of memberships or punch cards or drop-ins for those specialty rooms inside the center, which include our game room, the fitness room, spaceport, open gym, and I believe that's all of them. So, and we actually have 2 game rooms now, because we have one game room that was the adult game room, and we have another game room that's just the pool table game room, which is now going to be the new adult game room, and then we have a teen game room, but those we haven't even figured out yet either. So I don't know, that's just, memberships do take a little bit more. Obviously, we have to update the fee schedule, we have to go to council. We don't get to just learn as we go kind of with those, even though we're kind of trying that with Spaceport right now. You know, the punch cards are a little bit easier to change as we go. Drop-ins can be, you know, for those that are attending dance for 30 weeks out of the year, it's a lot to pay a drop-in every time you come in. Some of the reviews we've received on Spaceport is, what if, you know, they're paying monthly right now for one kid. Could it be cheaper to add the second kid? We used to do that a lot with our programming. You know, it'd be $8 to attend the program, but then $6 for a sibling. So just some of your thoughts. I'm gonna write down what you guys have and kind of guide staff on our decisions with how we treat some of these rooms moving forward.
I kind of like the membership.
A membership.
What would you do with a membership for each individual space?
Well, that's also a thing we could talk about, yes. So like right now, the membership for Spaceport's only for Spaceport, but we also talked about just a rec membership that gets you into everything, maybe different levels of that membership, so,
And that you'd have to figure out and price out somehow.
yeah.
See, but then I think of like, when you get yourself into a membership, now you're stuck in that membership, and I keep paying for this membership, not that that doesn't benefit the grand business of things, but if we had more of a punch card and we make it a little bit more affordable, then like your child who signed up for, that you signed up for, say, Spaceport, you're not like reoccurring membership when they're not going there over X, Y, and Z months. So they're paying as they go, and maybe it might be a little bit more than a membership, but then they're not stuck on this membership fee that they're constantly being charged, and they gotta come back up, they gotta cancel it, or however it might be. I mean, I know the world today, we're kind of in that membership mindset, but sometimes it feels like you're paying so much for all these memberships that, I just hate that reoccurring thing where I have to, you know, go somewhere, make a call, fix it to get back out of it kind of thing, but especially I feel like a lot of this is the youth up there using these game rooms and, you know, those types of things to drop in, so I don't think it could hurt to have the option of a membership, but I think maybe that punch card might be like a secondary type. And then I think it's nice when you're like, okay, I paid for 10, I got one free, yay.
Yep.
Love that the Ice Arena is using punch cards now. How hard do you think it would be for you to use all 3 of these? I can see though that like the membership for one person, then the membership for the family, right?
Yeah, they all benefit each other,
And the membership
different
for the
people,
whole
different
building, or
ways.
membership for certain,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say, as with having young kids, I'm unlikely to sign up for a membership because I don't know if they're gonna like it and if they're gonna take
Yeah.
advantage of things. It's
Right.
nice to kind of ease your way into it and see how often you're going.
see what they like and what they dislike.
Yeah.
And then with a punch
So you're in
card, if
favor
you
of a
have
punch
3
card?
kids, they can each use that same punch card. Okay, now we ran out of punches. So now we get another punch card. So, you know, whoever's going up there this week, you know, each
So
kid,
maybe like a membership or the punch card and drop-in would be,
that's all 3 still, Kate.
well, no, membership is like one choice, and then punch cards or a drop-in fee, right? Because
That's still
Well, why
all
don't we
3.
see how
you
the,
can't,
Essentially, a punch card and
gotta leave the drop-in, you have to.
punch cards and
leave that.
drop-ins are very similar. Something like even yoga, we moved from drop-in to punch cards because it reduces the amount of time spent at the desk. So instead of coming in every time we have yoga to pay for your class, you only come in every 6 times to come in and play for your class.
So there's no drop-in offered for yoga anymore, it's strictly just punch card?
I'm not sure if we took away drop-in. I think we just added the functionality of punch card. But we've noticed because of this, we're saving time. So because we're saving time, we can offer you that one more class for free for getting the punch card. I believe, though, often if you offer a 6, you know, if you're gonna get 6 classes for the cost of 5, I think everyone's doing it, whether we offer the drop-in
Right,
or
if
not.
there's a,
I feel like
an
the
incentive there.
drop-in and the membership, or drop-in and the punch cards would be your 2 best avenues. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the membership
But then
thing,
back to
just because
memberships,
it's-
if they have a gym membership, then could you offer an incentive to add on to that, like a bump up to enjoy other activities? Basically just advance those other. As the dance, I'm unfamiliar with that. I mean, they're paying for a dance as it is, but they don't really have to pay to get into the building, right?
Correct. There's no cost to enter the building.
So what are they doing, what other activities are they doing while they're there? Are they playing in the gym or the drop-in events in the gym versus spaceport, or are they?
It seemed like it started off where there was a lot to do, but then we just went through another big phase of construction where we moved a lot of stuff around. So a lot of that stuff that was open closed, and we're seeing that now with a lot of our dance families, not the people dancing, but the families of them looking for stuff to do again, whether it's the fitness room and that's actually fairly new for adults to get the fitness room. Previously it was only seniors, so they've enjoyed that. We are bringing back open gym, so hopefully that's another thing. The other rooms would be Spaceport and the teen game room. So those would be the other two places that families would probably gravitate towards during our dance season. And open gym.
It's tough, because I think all three of them, it's like, one size doesn't fit all, you know,
Yeah.
when it comes, I mean,
But
there's
each-
already memberships for the gym, so.
Yeah, are you trying to get, like, what's the punch card and drop-ins going to be for? Like, it's not for all of, like, even the teen game room, is it?
Well, I think that's what we're hoping to get a consensus today. Even like, and maybe kind of focus on Spaceport a little bit. Like, right now we are doing a membership. That's $20 a month per kid.
You know how many kids signed up already?
I believe around 10, plus or minus a few, but around 10. There are some that come in that pay that, there's a drop-in fee for that too. So there are some kids that pay that every so often. So usually almost every day there is a kid or two in there, if not more. But would offering a punch card make it easier for parents to say, hey, you can go do this, 3 times a month? Or we have some parents that do the membership and say, he gets 2 hours after school to go to Spaceport, and that's all he gets game time. I got rid of all of his games at home. We sold them all. That's what he gets. He gets to go to Spaceport for 2 hours a day. So she's willing to pay the membership because her kid goes there every day. And even in that scenario, Spaceport's kind of like a daycare. Like we do, not daycare, but latchkey. Like we have someone in there watching the people with the games, or the kids with the games. So the $20 membership seems very reasonable to some parents, and then others that wouldn't use it necessarily as a latchkey service don't. So that's, kind of where we're in the middle. And those parents that don't consider it more of latchkey don't want to pay the drop-in fee every day. So,
Sounds like you need all three.
Sounds like we need all three.
I mean, it does go back to structure like the gym, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
have a monthly fee or you have a drop-in fee.
Yeah.
What about a yearly fee?
Maybe a family membership yearly thing.
Yeah.
Joss offered for, like, what if you want multiple rooms? I'd be curious to hear what all the residents say, but they'd probably just be as, all over the places.
We are.
Yep.
this is the same stuff staff's considering every day, so I wanted to bring it up and just have an opportunity to hear all your guys' thoughts, because as we're kind of tied too. We're like, okay, well, everything's possible, so then you look at price points for all those, and sometimes the problem too is like if you have a membership and you price that at a certain point, you have to almost base everything else off that. So then it kind of drives your membership price up or down, and then you have a higher membership price because you have a low drop-in price,
Yeah.
So that's some of the trouble too.
What's easier for the staff? Obviously, a membership, because they scan a card and
Yeah,
they're not
membership.
collecting money.
Yep, and we're not here, to make stuff easiest for the staff. We want to make it easiest for the resident.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of times, that's what we're thinking when we're doing this. But the easiest in terms of transactions and how many would be a membership or punch card, because it's less visits the resident has to visit to us.
Yeah, okay.
Well, wouldn't they still have to visit you to get a punch on their punch card, though?
That's just scanning into the room. So they come in, they can scan
okay.
their card, and they keep going.
I see.
Yeah, we don't even have to be there for the scan.
Slightly
Okay.
off
We are.
topic real quick, but that teen game room, they will be scanning to get in, or you'll know who's in there?
Yep,
Okay.
that's currently the plan. I don't know if there's any deviations to that yet, but that's currently the plan for the teen tech room.
So we're still sticking with like the,
Sorry, not Teen Tech.
Okay.
Teen game room.
Game room, okay.
we're still sticking with like the scan cards? Okay.
Yeah.
Not to
That's-
get in the door,
Yeah,
not to
that's-
get in the door, but to get in
Yes,
certain
into
rooms that you
rooms,
pay
okay.
for.
Yeah. And that works best with memberships and punch cards.
Yes.
Or the drop-in, there's not really, the drop-in, we kind of have to let them into the room. There's not really a way to, for them to scan in on a drop-in.
Well, can you add a drop in to their card and then as they go back, they scan it and it opens the door once?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we would have to do.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Right,
you
that
do,
is more work then, absolutely, for
Yeah.
the staff.
maybe you do both membership and a
Drop-in?
punch card.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that, you know, somebody who knows their kid uses a lot,
They might want
just
the
buy a
membership.
and they've got a lot of kids. Or, you know, a punch card, let's try it out and see, you got 5 times to go, let's see how often
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm right on board with exactly what you're saying, because
Yeah.
you don't know how much you're going to use it, so the punch card would be what you would
Starter and then you can
more
up
than
it to
likely
membership.
buy to see, okay, yeah, this is something I'm going to
Yeah, I mean,
frequent.
If they
Yeah.
use it a lot, you can ask them, would you like to become a member, and get a membership? And
Yeah.
maybe something that we were kind of considering, since I'm hearing almost the same stuff that we were, what if the membership was more for everything? So a membership would be probably more per month, but would get you your entire family or one person in your family, or your family up to 4 people. So we don't care who the 4 people are, but in your family.
Per household, not necessarily the 4 people, only because you may have a family of 5, you may have a family of 6. I mean, just me alone have a family of 5.
Yeah, it'd be hard to make sure that it's only a household.
But if
A
you
lot
have,
of people-
but if you have the parents and then you know that these are their children, in a family.
Yeah, it would just be hard for us to guarantee they're actually in the family,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Especially with, different last names and different addresses. There's really no way to say who's in a household. So it's something we could just say household, and hopefully people are honest with us, but there would be no way for us to say, well, those 10 people don't live in this household, but they say they do.
Or maybe you could say 5 or 6, and then, add on another family
Yeah.
member for,
$10 more a
Yeah.
month or whatever.
Can I ask, what do other communities do with their rec center memberships? And
Seems like from my research, everyone kind of picks one or the other or do all 3.
okay,
So almost, it really depends on what they offer, and we're a very unique space at Radcliffe. With a lot of different varieties, a lot of different age groups. So, and we don't, a lot of rec centers that do have those large family memberships usually have a pool, and they do have, and then kind of what I'm trying to suggest is a monthly membership for your family for everything, and then all the individual rooms can have punch cards. So you can kind of have best of both worlds. If you only want to do spaceport in the teen game room once in a while, you could buy punch cards for those 2 rooms. Or if your entire family wants to participate, then they can purchase an entire family membership and get access to
that's a
everything.
good idea.
All right, let's get a grant and build a pool.
I do think it's going to deter some people by just signing up for a membership. What does the Radcliffe Center really offer right now? Am I really going to use it? Like, I think it's kind of a progression where the drop-in would work out good until you get data and you figure out if people are gonna like it, and then you could possibly change that later on. But
Yeah. And that's a good starting point for us too, because punch cards are easier for us to price without coming to you guys, then going to.
Right.
Not that we don't want the feedback on the pricing, we get it either way, but that would be an easier route for us to go to start with, to get that data.
Yeah, because you get people coming in using the punch card a lot, and then they say, well, can I get a better deal? If
Then you go to the membership.
Or maybe if they buy a bunch, then you
Yeah.
could tell them, oh, hey, we're gonna try this out or
Yeah, so why
something.
don't we just try it the way you wanted with the punch cards?
Okay.
Punch cards and drop in, leading with that. for
It is
now.
less of a commitment too, as I think some of you shared. Having that commitment of membership is the world we live in, but we don't like it. So I think staying away from that's kind of nice to start with, so.
The only convenient part is like, we know we're going up to Radcliffe and that's who we're talking to, a person, and like, take this off my monthly bill kind of thing, if it leads to that kind of membership.
Yeah.
not only that, but for a membership,
Searching
are
my
they
app and how to
showing
cancel it.
like a magnetic strip card for scanning? Or, how is that, how are you proving you have a membership?
They have, so everyone that comes into the center, at one point, we were giving them all a little scan card. And then,
Yeah, it looks like this.
Okay.
Saves on my
there's-
keys.
Yep.
It's
So they
got like a
have
barcode on back.
Yeah, so they have one of those, they can scan, like our fitness room right now, it's solely off that system. When you sign up for a senior fitness membership, or here soon the adult fitness membership, the first time you come in, we'll give you one of those cards, and then you just go up to the room, you scan yourself in, the door opens, you go in there, you can work out, and then the door closes behind you when you leave.
Can I ask, how are the kids with remembering to bring cards?
My son took a picture. See, I keep his card with me, but he took a picture of his card, so then and then I took a picture of his card and all my nephew's cards, so if they're ever with me, I just pull it up on my phone.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I think,
And that'll work?
on the website where we register for all these things, there's also a QR code on there. So-
Yeah, you don't have, once we scan that barcode in, if you go onto the computer, you can also see a QR code of the same thing, and those will scan our scanners as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just like going into Planet Fitness, it's on your phone on the app.
All
Same
right.
thing with us, you sign into Sportsman, you see it on your phone.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
often I do see though where the parent will have all the cards on their key ring, and they'll scan one, then the next, and then the next, and they'll go in.
Yeah, because I could see a kid losing the punch card and, you know.
Well, actually, punch card would
Punch
work.
card will be that little card, and then when they scan it, it takes one off of their account.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so it
punch
works
cards
kind
are-
of the same
yeah,
way.
Yeah, it's
It's
Okay,
old term, but they're also electronic.
gotcha.
So yeah, they wouldn't actually carry the punch card around. It would be the same thing. They'd have a card, or just us looking their name up. We type their name on, we
Okay.
can punch the card digitally. And then they can go online and see how many punches they have left.
Yeah, if he ever forgets his phone, he just tells them his name, and then they just look it up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, comments, concerns about memberships, punch cards, or drop-in? Okay. Moving on to public comment.
How formal are you? Should I stand?
Yeah,
Agenda
yeah,
item,
just so they can hear you.
Yeah, sure. I'm Angela Gilbert. I am the school superintendent at Tifton Academy. So thank you so much. I wanted to come tonight. One of our parents shared with me that the meeting was happening today. And I just appreciate that you moved Florence Park up to a priority situation. I was super sad to hear that it was also in disarray this summer, simply because no one had been reporting to me that there were problems with the park. Our park at the East Campus was also in the same situation. It was very unsafe and had to come down this summer, so that was where our funding went. But I'm not sure if all of you know that as a charter school, we do not receive city taxes to pay for our facilities. So anything we put into the facilities comes out of our education budget. And so we worked really hard to kind of save up to replace the East Campus. So as I was sharing with regard to Florence, we love being a part of the community. We're always looking for opportunities to come and clean up and do those things. So I did share that you asked about grants. My hope is I've already started looking for community partnership grants that maybe we could partner together to be able to do that. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes to say thank you for making it a priority, because although we are trying to keep the kids off, as soon as school gets out, they go right over there. And so we don't want anybody to get hurt, just like you don't. So we just really appreciate the partnership and the support.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much for coming and speaking. Any other public comment? Moving on, report from Parks and Rec Director.
Hello, hello. As you know, Erica left, and I'll be working in the interim, so nice to meet you all I've seen you all, but nice to meet you guys here today. Thank you for your comments, by the way, and coming from Tipton, I do appreciate it. The partnership there, they have been to all of our community days, cleaning up the park and stuff, so it's good to have their partnership with that. Some of our upcoming events and programs, looking at the calendar, of course, we are in our hockey season, so we have our open skates and our stuff running every day, our sticks and pucks. And looking at a calendar here, there's one other in there that I'll forget. We have our Pumpkin Spooktacular on October 11th. We have our Halloween open skate, ice skate on October 18th. The Parks and Rec Department is partnering with the Community Coalition to bring Trunk or Treat on October 23rd to the Radcliffe Center. And we have on October 31st on Halloween, our Halloween Dog Party. So a lot of Halloween festivities this month in October. I want to give an update on the Chili Cook-Off Community Festival. That went really well. Parks and Rec was very involved this year Not only myself, but Sarah, Katie, Mike Downey, the Parks Department running our cornhole tournament that day, running our kids' activities that day, running the volunteer check-in. It worked really well with having police and fire and DPW all there, and our department there as well. We kind of piloted a little bit last year. Erica was there. This year we brought some more staff in, had a lot of interactions with the kids, had a good time. So it was very nice to be a part of that Festival of Parks. And we plan to continue that, running hopefully even more next year, just running the entire kids' activities as the Parks Department. Very successful day, and we're glad for everyone that came out. Also, today marks the end of our pavilion rental season. We had 180 pavilion rentals through the season, so that's very good for us. And today was the last day. We didn't have any rentals today, but today's the last day of that season. But other than that, I have nothing else.
You have more rentals this year than you had the year before, don't you?
I do not know that. I can let you know.
Okay.
Anything else?
The chili cook-off was awesome. There were so many free things for, well, the car show, of course, but like free things for the kids. I was
Yep.
just so impressed. King Cone always shows up. They were handing out free ice cream. Even the bags that our DPW and police department and all of them, fire was handing out, it was just such a fun event, and I think absolutely it needs to be festival now, right? It's
Yeah.
not just chili
No,
cook-off
it's really become
anymore.
an entire city. And even to mention, you mentioned the bags in the police department. Those were put together by FRC staff in parks. FRC had a chili team this year, so we represented in parks. So yeah, it was very, very well-rounded, full, every department, all the community put together, so. And plenty of kids' activities. We hope to expand on those next year, especially with parks getting involved. But yes, we had several bouncers, the rock wall, face painting, the petting zoo, mini golf, and then our Parks and Rec activities, our tent and our staff, so.
It was packed.
And a
There was
great day.
tons of
Yeah, it was a
people.
great
Yes.
day.
Great weather day
Perfect for
for it,
weather.
too.
Yep.
It was pushed up this year quite a bit, right? Isn't it
It's-
usually in October, like second, third
It's
week?
normally the second Saturday in October. 2 years ago, they moved it to the beginning of September.
And-
This year we did the end of September. I think we were trying to find a date that we liked most, and I think we're going to stick with this date. So we're looking at the last Saturday in September, but we'll finalize that date actually this week and publish that.
Weather was awesome.
Yeah,
Big thank you to everyone that made it happen.
it does take a team.
Huge team.
Yeah. Okay, is that all for you?
That is it. Thank you.
Okay, commissioner comments. Kathy, do you want to start us off?
You know, I don't really have much to add, except for I do have, I wanted to report a maintenance issue in City Park with some poison ivy, but that's more or less something I kind of have to show where exactly it is. So I didn't fill out the form. That's all I have.
You know, like what building it's near?
It's City Park, it's off of the, it's right, going right into the, if you go in the shack entrance, and it's to the left, off the path.
All right.
It's growing up a tree.
Ah.
Yeah, I
We'll work with
always,
you. We'll find it.
I always see kids like wanting to grab it and pull it down, so that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Thank you.
The chili cook-off was really nice. It's the first time I've been to it. And the weather was perfect. And I'm excited about all the stuff going on at Radcliffe. Getting close.
Maybe next meeting, we can share, information from our subcommittee meetings. Anything else?
Oh, that's good.
I just wanted to say Erica will be greatly missed. We really enjoyed working with her. She started shortly before I came onto this committee. And she will be missed, and we'll miss her. Zach has big shoes to fill over there. I also want to say the chili cook-off was amazing. I mean, it started the day with a pancake breakfast. Pancake breakfast was amazing. It was done by the Rotary Lions and Kiwanis Club and with the Community Coalition to raise funds for the Straight Farmhouse Pavilion? Gazebo. Then we had bands from noon to 10. I'm a big advocate and volunteer for Haven of Love, and I begged people to come volunteer. We had lots of volunteers. I had some seniors from the towers that volunteered for us and for Goodfellows. I appreciate them. I didn't get their names. And it was a great day. We had a cornhole tournament that Mike Downey ran, chili cook-off, 13 teams. It was a good time. I highly suggest everyone come out next year and see what else that EDA and Parks and Rec have done.
I just wanted to say welcome, Zach. I'm excited to see what you will do for the Parks and Recs Department.
Thank you.
Also, would you look into movie theater licensing?
Yep.
I would like to see that room at Radcliffe get used.
Yep, I've already talked with the staff. They're looking at doing something as early as next week, some stuff in there. We've looked at some licensing. There's a lot you don't need to run. You don't need licensing to run some movies, you know, so it's the stuff that's in public domain. So we're gonna try and start with the senior center and work with around bingo, doing movies before and after, to capture people that are already in the building and maybe have some time to burn. But yes, we're looking into a license. Actually, I prefer to find a license that allows us to do not only that room, but movies in the gym again, and then movies in the park during the summer again. So we're looking at an all-around license for that. It takes some time, and there's a lot of choices. You can go anywhere from $1,000 to $15,000 a year for a license like that.
Wow.
So it'll take some time. We got to find out a few different vendors that do the licensing. Every vendor has different movies you can play with that license. So I'm actually in the middle of looking into that, and once we hear back some vendors, get some more pricing, we'll move forward with it.
And then my last thing is Radcliffe hours. Now that it is fall, I would like to see us go back to being open Friday nights and for longer on Saturdays. I feel like if we want people in the building, we need to expand our hours with the new renter at Radcliffe and FRC bringing in more money for the general fund, and you now being here, kind of pulling double duty a little bit. I feel like financially, we should be able to do it now that we're bringing in a little bit more revenue. So maybe you could just pass that along to the higher ups.
Yeah, it's definitely something I have actually already talked with staff a little bit about, and it often is the decision will be the benefits versus the cost. And if it, you know, what it costs to bring a staff member there and how many people visit the center. So it might be something we pilot again to see how many people do show up. And if we don't see those numbers, then we might not, you know. So that's really as we find classes to fill that space, we will definitely be open for those classes. So that'll be the first thing. Fill with programs and classes for those time slots. When we do, we'll staff it.
And I have budget questions, but I'll email you all
Okay.
that. I'm just kind of curious. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Art in the theater.
Oh, yes,
It was a beautiful event.
yes. He's not wearing his medallion.
Zachary got a beautiful medallion from Erica.
I was just gonna say, finally, they repaired the roadway into the Radcliffe Center. It really,
Yes.
really.
Oh, the middle school,
Yeah.
like, roadway, yeah.
Yeah, that was a school district. They've repaired it over the summer. It was very nice. And the speed bumps work really well.
Yes,
A lot
they
better
do.
than before.
That's all I have. I want to say the chili cook-off was really, really nice, and to welcome you, Zach.
Thank you.
I missed seeing all you guys, apparently, on Saturday. I was too busy
Welcome to
running
your new
around.
position.
Yeah, I saw our girls all painted up.
I was there running around working for someone that works for,
Welcome on your new position.
Thank you.
I wish I got to spend more time at the chili cook-off, but I was at the high school all day long because it was a homecoming for GCYAA. So got to spend a little bit of time. I saw you guys. I will say it's awesome that any event that goes on, I see the tent, Parks and Rec tent up. You usually see Mike Downey somewhere. I know you're around. It's just awesome to see the exposure that, I mean, we held an event at Moeller for GCYA, and Mike brought the tent. You know, it's just awesome to see Parks and Rec being involved.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
maybe we can work the date of the next chili cook-off around not being homecoming
Is
for,
homecoming always that same weekend?
I don't know. I think they're talking about changing it too.
Okay.
I would like some chili.
I will say the homecoming has always been October for many, many years. They moved their date up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then chili cook-off moved their date around.
Yep.
Seems like the chili
And
cook-off
we've
would
got
be
to
when
talk
it's
to
a
each
little cooler outside,
Yeah.
right? When you want chili, but it is what it is. Yeah, we just have to plan it for someday in July for our homecoming. Well, and that's the other thing is the fire department and the police department, they normally would have the open house. They didn't really do that this year. It was more the touch the truck.
Yeah, we keep
still under
calling it the open
construction.
house, but yeah, we moved them downtown in hopes to make it easier to staff, but also just everything in one place.
More accessible.
That disconnect, we found that many people would go to the open houses never even knowing the cook-off was happening and would just be, just wouldn't even go down there. And then vice versa, that people at the cook-off just had no idea. So it kind of was floated out an idea of, putting them on Central Street. And even though it's not an open house, it's more of a touch-a-truck event for everybody. They really did like it. And they did those bags instead, being able to pass out bags and stuff for the kids. So it ended up, in more ways than one, working out really well. We wish we could actually put them a little bit even closer, but we haven't figured out that layout yet. But no, it worked really well with having them down there with us, so.
I like the layout because it helped to like bring the putt-putt, Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of got you moving.
we're expanding all the ways.
It wasn't the petting zoo like right across from them too?
Yeah.
That would be neat.
Oh, and I guess the one thing with the movie room, my understanding was as long as it was a private event, you could go in there and log underneath your Netflix or whatever, watch whatever you
Yes.
wanted to.
You could
right?
rent it.
And there's no legal obligations outside of that, right? So,
Yeah, that's correct. As a private party, that is fine. It's when you open it to the public.
okay.
I just meant for like programming purposes, like he's talking about offering it to seniors or like a family, right, pizza and movie night or
Yeah.
just.
That'd be nice.
Does it
Yeah.
rent? Does it rent a lot, the movie theater?
It does get rentals, yes, yep.
What is it?
I've heard of
24?
somebody having a
How many
party there
people
recently.
can fit in there?
There are 16 seats and some bean bags.
Okay.
That car
Senior, I'm
show,
not
man.
sitting on the
Yeah, kid's
beanbag.
birthday party or something would be great. and Put a
We
movie
often
on,
find
right?
that, a lot of people do food down in the center and we'll do that, or do a spaceport and a movie. So it is getting rented privately. That's doing fine. A lot of people want to see it as a program of Parks and Rec. So that's what we're trying to work on now. So, and a lot of challenges, it looks like we pointed to this licensing as the challenge. The challenge really has been staffing and getting staff to program it and get to work. So there's a lot of those challenges that I've been able to get staff to just kind of move past, and we're gonna start programming that type of stuff.
Tell
So,
Sarah we want to see it.
yeah, no, Sarah's excited for it. So
Anything else, Rob?
No, that's all for me.
Anything else?
nope.
Somebody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Second.
I'll second it.
Done. I'm just trying to take notes.
You just said you picked me up the last time.
Just take an all in favor vote.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
That's right, we forgot that part.
We gotta add it.